Okay, welcome to the special meeting of the Grosse Pointe Board of Education. I'm going to introduce everyone at the table. Trustee Cotton, Trustee Jeup, Trustee Klepp, Superintendent Tuttle, Deputy Superintendent Roy Bishop, Trustee Derringer, Trustee St. John, Trustee Hall, and I am Trustee Worden. Welcome. We are coming here tonight to approve the special meeting agenda for August 13, 2025. Do I have a motion?
I'll move to approve the special meeting agenda for August 13th, 2025.
Is there support? Support. Okay. Is there any discussion? I will just point out that the reason why we added this at the last minute is because we have a candidate who interviewed recently, and we wanted to make sure if we approved this person, that this person could get started in the building immediately. So if we had to wait until August 25th, that's another 2 weeks, that there wouldn't be support in the building. So that's why it's such a last minute addition. So is there approval to approve the special meeting agenda for August 13th, 2025? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Those opposed say nay. Okay, that carries 7-0. Are there any public comments? Okay, go ahead, Mr. Schroeder.
Yeah, hi, Dick Schroeder. I understand that there's a tax issue with one of our trustees, Trustee St. John, and I didn't know anything about taxes or any of that kind of stuff. That was never my expertise. I don't handle any of the finances at home, so I called the city manager of Grosse Pointe Park, and he said that there appeared to be an issue and that they decided rather than them deal with the issue, that they advanced it to the state, so there would be no conflicts that could be brought up with them, and so that's where that stands. And then he also said that this trustee, when approached to have a conversation about Trombley School, wouldn't talk to him about Trombley School, and I don't know if that's vindictive for what they're trying to figure out or what they're not trying to figure out, or if this is just something that she chooses not to talk to the city manager of Grosse Pointe Park about. But in lieu of that, maybe this person shouldn't be voting until the situation is resolved at the state level, or if the back taxes are paid, or I don't know how many taxes is all I know. That there seems to be an issue. There also seems to be an issue with now communication with the city of Grosse Pointe Park, which I live in, which I think has 16,000 residents. So I think that the idea of recusing from voting, I still think that she should have a voice in whatever she wants to talk about should be fine, but voting should be a recusal. I also got in touch with a friend of mine who's an attorney general of the state of Michigan, and there was a gentleman that was talking about the microphone being cut off 2 meetings ago by the president of the school board. And she said, well, that was a violation of that person's civil rights, and it was also a violation of the civil rights for people who wanted to listen to what she had to say. And there was a gentleman that brought this up at the last meeting, and even though I disagreed totally with that gentleman and what he had to say, the right for us to hear what people want to say, and the right to people to say things, no matter how they say it. Because I also asked her about the comments that are made before comments are allowed to be said, that it's got to be civil, and first she told me that First Amendment is not civil. So we should think about maybe, instead of saying things have to be discussed in a certain manner, she said that's a violation of civil rights also. So those two things is all I have to say, and thank you for your time.
Thank you. Any other public comments?
Do I have permission from the chair to address a public comment directly for me?
Yes, you may.
Yeah, so obviously when random people on Facebook started accusing me of tax fraud, my first thought was, oh no, did I mess up my forms when I moved to cities? I immediately contacted the city assessor to see what I needed to pay. He was very confused because the school taxes are assessed on our winter tax bill. So even if I did file a form late, I guess there was some form I was supposed to file by June 1st, I couldn't have missed any taxes because the non-homestead taxes are assessed in the winter, which I obviously should have realized before I panicked. And my colleagues should have also realized because we had this discussion at a recent board meeting about how it's a winter tax bill, so I couldn't possibly have been owing any taxes. The city assessor told me I didn't know anything, filed this form with the proper dates, it's good to go. So I'm curious what date you talked to the city manager, and he said he was referring it to the state. Do you recall what date that was?
So there can't be back and forth.
Okay, all right, well, maybe if you can tell me after the meeting, because if it was after I talked to the city assessor, I'm really concerned that they gave me that information and then decided something else without informing me. I haven't had any further contact with the city assessor. I followed up multiple times because these accusations continue, because one of our trustees decides to publish these things in the newspaper without proper evidence and without appropriate commentary from myself or my wife, who's the primary owner of the home, and for reasons that I've already told you, is not able to comment or be here. But regardless.
Are we going to waste our time on this?
Point of order.
Yes, because I'm being accused of a crime.
She's attacking me personally.
Point of order. There was a comment. She asked if she can respond to it. I'm allowing Trustee St. John to comment.
And waste our time.
Well, we have
Trustee
potential
Cotton,
new
excuse me, Trustee St. John, you've not been given the table yet, so please don't interrupt her while she's speaking.
All right. Can you ask her to quit wasting our time?
Trustee Cotton, you're out of order again. Please stop.
We have real things to discuss here.
Trustee
This is
Cotton,
very
you're out of
embarrassing
order.
for
Please
our-
stop.
It is very
Sorry.
embarrassing.
for our new administrators to see the
Right.
immature behavior. But I wanted to make sure that I responded because I don't want new employees or any member of the public to think that I would cheat on my taxes, because obviously I wouldn't. And if the city assessor wants to get in contact with me and tell me that there is something still out of order, I'm happy to, but I've followed up multiple times after being repeatedly harassed by a reporter from the Grosse Pointe News about this issue. My wife is being repeatedly harassed despite having served our armed forces for the past 17 and a half years. She also has to deal with this now, and so that's really not something that I'm willing to put up with anymore, and I would appreciate it if the lies stopped, and if you would like to follow up with the city assessor again and actually get some facts, that's fine. I'm not trying to hide anything from anyone. I don't recall the city manager asking to speak to me about Trombley in the past year, so I don't know what that is. Perhaps I missed an email from him or something, but I certainly wouldn't refuse to speak to anyone based on any of this. So if we could please behave ourselves in front of new administrators and in front of the public, that would be great. And I may have to have more to say on this later, but it's really ridiculous and just a complete fabrication.
So I'm not allowed to respond on the record now, though?
You said your public comment. Are there any other public comments for tonight?
So that's a no, okay. Thank you.
Okay, we're moving on to agenda item for August 13th, 2025, 4.1, approval of the assistant principal. Do I have a motion?
I'll move to approve our new assistant principal.
Is there support?
That's Parcells.
Support. I'm supported by Trustee Hall. Is there any discussion about this?
Did we want to let the administrator
Yes.
introduce him?
Yes. Welcome.
So we have David White, who I will be recommending as our assistant at Parcells. And as you know, we also have our principal, Parcells Amber, here as well. So thank you both for being here this evening. I'd like to share a little bit about David. So David has extensive educational leadership experience, over a decade in education, including leadership as a K-12 principal, a graduate administrative intern, a summer school coordinator, proven track record of raising student proficiency scores, strengthening school culture, and leading professional development for staff. He is a collaborative and student-centered leader, skilled in building trust and engagement among students, staff, and families, implements MTSS, trauma-informed practices, PBIS, and restorative practices. Operational and program management expertise. He oversees school operations, discipline systems, scheduling, emergency protocols, and special education compliance. He's experienced in coordinating major school events, family engagement programs, after-school and summer learning initiatives, and facilities management. He is data-driven. He uses the MSTEP and WEA results to guide instruction, monitor student progress, and develop targeted interventions, facilitate school improvement planning and MyKIP meetings to align goals with district and state accountability standards. He has a commitment to professional growth, Holds a Master of Education Leadership from Eastern Michigan University and a Bachelor of Science in Early Childhood Education from Wayne State University. Certified as a Michigan School Administrator and Certified Educator with a background in coaching, athletics, and leading extracurricular programming. David's leadership philosophy, centered on equity, collaboration, and continuous improvement, positions him to make an immediate and meaningful impact on our school community. And David went through a lengthy and extensive process similar to all of our candidates who go through the Grosse Pointe interview process, so thank you for that. And I know you also, we didn't put this in here, but you were a baseball player in the minor leagues as well, is that correct? Is that true?
Some time ago.
Well, all of us were some time ago and we had all the fun in life, but I thought that was pretty cool too. So anyways, with no further ado, I recommend David White as the assistant principal at Parcells Middle School.
Just wanted to ask a question, because I know the timing is a little confusing for some people, and Parcells students will want to know who's going to be with them. So Ms. Redlin is going to be out for the first few weeks of the year, correct?
Well, as of now, yes.
Okay,
It could be into October or longer.
sure. But for a while, she will be out, and we'll have Mr. Spryzak and our new assistant principal, pending the vote, as two assistant principals at Parcells. And then when Ms. Redlin comes back, Mr. Spryzak might overlap with her for a bit, but then step back since he is an intern.
Correct. He gave us until the end of December, so.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure we were all clear on the timeline, because
Correct.
it's a lot.
Go ahead.
I just wanted to welcome you to the district. This school in particular, I'm sure you've heard, has had more turnover than every other school in our district. So we're really certainly looking for some stability and some leadership. So really appreciate you joining the team and welcome.
Thank you very much.
Well, I want to tell you, it was a pleasure meeting you the other day, and I did not know you played minor league baseball. That would have been a very interesting conversation. But we welcome you, and we think you're going to love it here. It's a great school district, and there's a great team that's being built, and I think it's going to be a great fit for Grosse Pointe Public Schools, so welcome.
Thank you.
We have to officially vote, did you? So.
I thought we were in conversation mode still. But anyway,
Is anybody else want to comment?
I would just like to say also welcome to piggyback on what everybody else is saying, and I think there's some exciting things happening at Parcells with all of this new leadership, and so I'm excited to see all the things that are going to happen.
Okay, well, all those in favor of approving David White as the new assistant principal at Parcells, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, say nay. Welcome to the team, Mr. White.
You want a couple minutes? We typically allow candidates. Did they prepare you for that?
I'll try not to take a few minutes, just to be respectful of everyone's time on this evening. It was an emergency meeting nonetheless. First and foremost, thank you. I'm trying not to jump out of my suit right now with excitement, trying to hold myself together. Just the thoroughness within the interview process, just knowing the extensive history of academic excellence within the city, within the public school system, having conversations with Amber over the last week. Currently feel kind of a connection there. I'm excited to break the trend that's been here, that's happening with the turnover. I like to grow roots. I've been at my previous school now, was there for 10 years. I like to get in there and provide the consistency for those students, the family, and the community, because that is needed for that support and for that success to happen. It's not going to happen overnight. It's going to take time, and I love that challenge. I'm looking forward to meeting every single student, the parents, working within the community, and getting to know the staff, to have fun at work again, and bring that excitement every single day and try to match Amber's energy that I'm already seeing. It's going to be tough. But again, I can't say how thankful I am for this opportunity and to be able to show you guys what I'm able to bring to the table, and for the students to show their success throughout the school year. So thank you all.
Thank you.
Can I ask one question?
Yes, sir.
Which school did you come from?
Detroit Community Schools.
What level of school was it?
It's a K-12 charter on the west side of the city, so I was the principal of the K-8 since elementary.
Great, thank you. Well,
Thank you.
You're welcome to stay, but you're also welcome to leave. The choice is yours. So. We got
Talk to you later.
We got
Yep.
work to do. All right. Thank you. Nice to see you. Nice job.
Yes, sir. Taylor. I don't want to yell at you.
Trustee St. John to waste his board's time with her personal tax issues. We have the business of the board here to conduct. It's serious business, and personal issues should not be addressed here.
Are there any other board member comments?
I agree with that.
I would like to disagree with that because I think when a member of the public says something that is claimed to be not true, I think that the person who it's being said about on public record has the opportunity to defend themselves in a public way also. So that's my offer of support in that. Any other board member comments or administration comments? Okay, then I would move to adjourn the meeting at 6:03. All in favor? Aye. Okay, meeting adjourned.